Take a magical journey right now down to the stage for a word with Team Liquid support.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. They let me out from behind the analyst desk to interview Matt after that victory for Team Liquid. Now 2-3. You're coming back from that 0-3 start for Team Liquid, so that's got to feel good. I want to know from you, as a guy who was brought in after the first initial loss and one of the people who's fighting to kind of regain the momentum for the team, how it feels to now have 2 wins under your belt in a row here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm like a rookie to LCS. I came in after the loss to Renegades, I guess. So I guess my record's 2-2 now. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I was just pretty much at the start of this whole season looking to improve as a player because, yeah, I mean, I think it's really important to just get like LCS stage experience. So that's what my main focus was for spring. But I think I improved a lot more. So I'm just going to show what I can do on stage and hopefully finish top 2 this split.
Oh, well, top 2. I like to hear that, and I'm sure a lot of Team Liquid fans are happy to hear that as well. I do want to get a little insight then into how the team operates within in terms of shot calling. We've heard a lot about the fact that you and Dardoch split that responsibility, but being 2 rookies, what's that experience been like? Not only are you trying to adjust to the LCS stage, as you just mentioned, but you have the weight of having to make these decisions in some high-pressure games.
Yeah, I mean, in general, like I think like the public's view of like shot calling is like a little skewed. I mean, like there's a lot of like intricacies about shot calling. Like there's no one shot caller. I think like the biggest example right now is like everyone thinks Hyde's like a major shot caller. I mean, he is a really major shot caller, but like there's a lot more to it. Like he's not just like making every little decision for his team. It's a group effort. All 5 people are, yeah, just involved in the communication. So right now we're just working on me and Dardoch, we're like the macro players. We're trying to set up how to do the lanes, how to set up the team fights. And yeah, the other 3 players are just feeding us information, and we're just trying to, yeah, like everybody's a shot caller. It's not just one person.
Now, Team Liquid so far, we've seen plenty of good early games from you guys. Actually, Freak mentioned earlier in the broadcast today that this very possibly could be a 4-1 team right now after that win, with really only the CLG game being the one that we saw was kind of out of hand and maybe not, a comeback kind of situation. I want to get your opinion on where you feel the breakdown was and what you guys are trying to improve on as a team that's going to eliminate those kinds of losses that you had earlier in the season.
I mean, I think, yeah, a majority of our losses were, I mean, I can look at myself mostly because like, I had a lot of personal issues. Like I definitely played poorly in the majority of our losses when, yeah, I mean, I was just new to the stage, I guess. I mean, that's a pretty bad excuse, but I think going forward, like, yeah, we have all these like stage jitters off of us now. Like, we can really prove that we have solid macro play, we have solid players, and yeah, going forward, I think we'll have a really good record.
It's a better answer than unlucky, because at least this is identifiable and fixable. Final question for you. I'm looking at Tip tomorrow as your opponent. Another team that struggled to start the split, but have now had their own kind of resurgence here, 3-2. So the roster definitely looking a little bit scary over there. What are your thoughts going into that matchup tomorrow now that they have their full lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I think TIP like definitely got, I don't know, like the community, they didn't think they'd be a good team or whatever the perception was. Like, that's what I personally thought, but seeing them, like, it's definitely, there's some pressure there because before the start of the season, everyone thought it was going to be like 0-18 Tip or whatever meme that was. But yeah, I think they're a good team. We're going to have a good prep work, and like, yeah, I think we're going to have good prep into tomorrow, and we'll be playing pretty solid.
Should be a very exciting game. Thank you very much for the interview. Congratulations on the victory there. We're going to toss it back up to the guys at the desk to get their final thoughts on that match.
Thanks, Dash. And it really is awesome to see new players come on, feel confident about their play after maybe even having a bit of a lackluster, but being able to find that, because in the back of your mind, when you get this chance, you say, I want to be able to go out on that stage and I want to be able to produce some results. And when you do, that confidence shines through in your play and just as a person.
And they were able to stay to their game plan this one. They drafted the Siege comp with the Caitlyn, Lux, Bard, and they were able to play like that. They played the first 15 minutes just laning, out-laning their opponents. You know, early pressure there from Dardoch and constant ganks down bottom. They got a small advantage there. Then they grouped up. The Siege happened. Then they were able to control with the wards and get the picks that they needed with all those long-range abilities. It was nice to see, you know, fairly clean play right along the path that they kind of laid out for themselves in Champ Select.
Right, and it's no joke what they did. 18,000 or 17.5 when they ended this game. And usually we'll see a team kind of have a little bit of trouble towards the end. They won't know where to close out. They won't know where to get that last pick, or they won't want to go too far forward. They actually kind of kept control of the game the whole time. There were a few back and forth that NRG has in their macro movement when they get around the map. GBM was there first, so they'd able to take out Piglet. But overall, that's a different Team Liquid than what we saw. It didn't seem like anybody had emotional problems during this game with any of the downsides.
And I think we do have another replay
Yes, we do.
of one of the final team
I
fights.
think 34 minutes on this one, I believe.
So this is just them ending the game, as you're talking about. This is actually NRG kind of desperate play here because they know they're so far behind. They're trying to create something, and GBM on that outside trying to flank here does go awry for them. Team Liquid, good collapse here. Actually, this heroic charge takes Altec out of the laser, trying to get the stun right there for Lorlo, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they're able to get the ace in the hole and zone him out of the fight anyway, plus clean up 2 more. Piglet flash healing to get in range for that auto to steal it.
It's got to be so
Secure it.
It's so disrupting as well. Lorlo played, like you were saying, Lorlo played so well as to be in a different part. You're like, I'm in this part of the fight, and you just get slammed to the other side. And a lot of what NRG brought to the table became auto attack in that sense. I mean, at least auto attacks aren't that much, but Impact's got to get close. Conquan's got to get close to do his moves, and they were getting all pushed around. And it seemed like that disorganization, and maybe it's going to be looked at by other teams in the fight, really affected NRG. It's something you used to get with Gragas in team fights and whatnot. We don't see a lot of displacement ults anymore. So maybe it's something to look at to beat down the teams. We've seen a lot more different things coming into week 3 here. Some fast games and some crazy games. And there's still more LCS action than you can shake a stick at. So when we return, Chronologic Gaming will square off against Echo Fox. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that mouse.
Stick shaker.
Shake sticks. Let's see if they can get a win. Liquid's looking to make that a 2-3 score. Moon throws the volatile spider out with Phoenix thinking it would be the cocoon.
Dardoch
The
here,
mind
though.
games on the crowd control. Dardoch is just a huge tank in the front line right now, swinging and swiping. The hit goes on.
이거 카리스타. Moving their back line. Okay. Okay, We gotta calm down.
And it's costing them way too much. Lorlo and Phoenix now inside the base, looking to finalize another kill. Team Liquid take down NRG.